income statement is one of the three importance, or I should say four, kasi apat na sila ngayon, di ba? Number one, you have your balance sheet. Balikan lang natin, BS. Number two, itong income statement mo. Number three, yung changes in equity. And then number four, yung cash flow. Siyempre, panglima mo yung notes. Okay? So instead of three, i-correct natin to. Dapat it is one of the four important financial statements that is used by the company in reporting the performance of a specific company on a specific accounting period. Now, if you try to notice, binigay na sa atin kahit papano yung iba sa mga process or iba sa mga steps na dapat muna natin gawin when you start income statement or when you start doing, I should say, your income statement. Okay? And of course, pag-usapan natin yan mamaya. Okay. So, if you'll notice, you have here an image. Sabi niya dito, income statement. It shows the financial performance of the company. If you notice, you have the revenue, you have your gains, you have your expenses, and you have your losses. Okay? So, yan yung mga items na kailangan natin when you compute for your income. Dito, kapag gagawa ka ng income statement, yan yung mga items na kasali. Okay? Now, we go to the next one. Fourth step, you recognize your cost of goods sold. So, ano ngayon ang cost of goods sold? Ito yung matching principle tayo ngayon. Ibig sabihin, kung may binenta ka, may kinita ka, dapat may expense din yon. Ano yung cost ng binenta mo? Diba, kumbaga ako, kung meron akong lollipop, binenta ko sa kaibigan ko, binili ko tong lollipop piso. Kung gusto kong kumita at ibebenta ko sa kaibigan ko, bibenta ko ng 2 o kaya 125, di ba? So, ano yung cost of goods sold? Yung 1 pesos. Ay, yung 1 peso. Sorry, ang dami ng piso ko ah. Okay. So, yung patong, yun yung gross profit mo later on. Okay? So, don't be confused ha, kasi minsan at the same time, meron kang mga losses o kaya naman other expenses which are not cost of the goods na binenta mo, sinasama mo dito. It can be misleading and it will not give you the correct gross profit later on if that's the case or kung yun yung ginawa mo. Okay? Again, balikan natin. The third step is your revenue. That includes all the money earned in the service during the reporting period or the money earned for the total sales of your inventory. Okay? And dito sa step 4 natin, cost of goods sold ka ngayon. Ano yung components ng cost of goods sold mo or how do you compute? Naaalala mo pa ba? Or for those who are first time, your cost of goods sold is computed as of course the beginning inventory. So meron kang beginning. Ito yung mga binebenta mo. Yung mga binebenta mo ngayon, nadagdagan yung stock mo. So you have your purchases. Okay? You have your stock, you have additional purchases. So kapag dinagdag mo or pinag-add mo tong dalawa, anong tawag dito? Total goods available for sale. Ibig sabihin, doon sa store mo or doon sa grocery store, itong beginning at purchases na naidagdag, lahat yan pwede kong ibenta. Those are goods available for sale. So kapag may customer at pumunta siya doon sa aking mga lalagyanan, di ba? Nakahilera yan. You have one aisle, the second aisle, the third aisle, and more. So pag pumunta siya sa whatever aisle at kumuha siya ng item from my store, yung item na yon may cost yun, okay? And at the same time, may amount yun na ibebenta ko sa kanya. So let us say, kumuha siya ng 1 kilo ng sugar. Yung sugar na yun, binili ko yun initially para ibenta ko. Yung pinagbilhan ko, yun yung cost of goods sold ko. Yung amount na pinagbentahan ko, yun yung revenue ko. Okay? So assuming binenta ko yung 1 kilong sugar for only 30 pesos. Binili ko siya for 30 pesos, binenta ko siya for 35 pesos. So, my revenue there is the 35. Yun yung napagbentahan ko. Ng inventory ko yung normal na binibenta ko in the normal course of business. Next one, what is the cost of the goods that I sold? It is the 30 pesos. So meaning, on the fifth step later on, you have your gross profit. So ano yung cost of goods sold? Yun yung cost na napagbentahan mo. At the same time, kung i-compute mo siya, di ba ito, lahat ng ito, total goods available for sale pa lang yan. Ngayon, ano yung matitira sa store mo or let us say sa warehouse or sa grocery? I-minus mo or ibawas mo yung natira, that's how you get your cost of goods sold. Ibig sabihin ito kasi ending inventory, hawak-hawak mo pa yan. It is not yet sold. Okay? So that's your cost of goods sold. How about your cost of services? What if I'm a servicing company? The case will be the same, only that syempre ang basis ng cost of services mo is the cost of, let us say you are a salon nga, di ba? Mag-stick tayo sa example ko, salon ka. Magkano ba yung rate ni barber o kaya ni ano bang tawag dun sa nagsiservice sa atin sa salon? Ayan. Ano bang rate nila, di ba? And at the same time, pwedeng binibigyan din nila ng costing yung mga nagagamit nila, of course, kasi binigyan ka nila or nag-serve sila sa'yo, I should say. Anong pinagawa mo? Nagpa-hot oil ka. Syempre, may mga other items din aside from the effort of the of those who gave you the service. Aside from their effort, of course, yung material or let us say parang part na rin ng overhead nila yon, that's part of the cost of their services. Nung nireban ka nila or nung ginupitan ka nila or nung nag-hot oil ka. Okay? So, ang ganda naman ng example ko. Assuming sa accounting firm naman tayo, ano ba yung talent fee, kumbaga, or yung professional fee ng accountant mo? That is the cost of services. Okay? So, again, same lang yan. Of course, medyo magkaiba lang kasi nga ito, tangible ito, si services naman, that's intangible, but again, that is part of the ordinary course of business. Yun kasi yung ino-offer niya, ibig sabihin. So, they offer their accounting services, bookkeeping, auditing, tax, di ba? Now, you get the difference between all the revenue generated and all the cost of sale. You now get your gross margin or your profit margin. So that's simply your net sale minus cost of goods sold. So by the way, sometimes it's net sales because you still have your sales discount, your sales returns, and your sales allowances. So bawas yan no, or contra account yan on your sales or your revenue account. Of course, it's up to you. If you wanted to get your gross margin in a percentage form, it's as simple as your net sale minus your cost of goods sold times 100 over net sale, or simply your gross margin in peso divided by the peso sale. So it's easy, di ba? Mag-start ka sa revenue and then you get your cost of goods sold. So medyo madugo lang sa cost of goods sold because what if you are manufacturing entity, you have 3 inventory accounts. You have material, you have your work in process, and your finished goods. So, part yan kasi ng inventory mo, and syempre, yung computation mo hanggang sa cost of goods sold, nag-i-start ka dyan, magsimula ka sa materials mo. Okay, next, after your gross profit, of course, you deduct all your operating expenses. So, you add up or you identify all your operating expenses, list them down on your trial balance report, and enter the total amount into the income statement. Pwede rin naman na isa-isahin mo sila. Let us say you have already your sales revenue minus cost of sale. So, you have there your gross profit. Ngayon, isusulat mo dito OPEX. Sometimes, ang ginagawa ng companies, dinidisaggregate na lang ito sa notes. But for other companies, nilalagyan pa nila, let us say part of my OPEX, interest expense, rent expense, supplies expense, admin expense. Okay? that's also possible. So ngayon, at the end of that, gross profit minus the total operating expenses, you now get your income. Okay? Now, puntahan muna natin si operating expenses. Again, your operating expenses are the expenses that the company incurred to keep the business running. So, yan yung mga aside sa pinangbili mo ng inventory mo. What are the example of those? Meron na akong binigay kanina. Yung interest expense, rent expense, you have your supplies expense, admin expenses, what else? You can also have your maintenance and repairs, property taxes, you have utilities. If you're a servicing entity, you can have accounting expenses. Of course, salaries and wages, hindi mawawala yan, di ba? Office expenses or other related and general admin expenses. That's part of your operating expenses. Sometimes, again, ulitin natin, tinototal na ng ibang company. Ang ginagawa na lang, disaggregate. When you say disaggregate, yun yung kino-compute nila or pinapresent nila how did they get the total. That's your disaggregation. Okay? Ina-identify nila ano yung component ng OPEX. And for others, again, pwedeng nililista nila isa-isa. Or they do the breakdown in the income statement itself. And of course, your cost of goods sold, expense mo yan pero nandito na kasi siya sa taas. Okay? So, wag mo na ulit ibawas si cost of goods sold. Now, if you have your gross profit and you deducted your operating expenses, di ba? You now have your income. Okay? So, your income, so dito pwede ka rin magkaroon ng loss, di ba? Paano? Siyempre, kung mas mataas yung OPEX. If your operating expenses is greater than your gross profit, of course, there's a possibility that you'll have operating loss. And of course, if the gross profit is greater than your OPEX, then you have an operating profit. So again, I have another example or another formula here that can be used. Kung gusto mo makuha ang operating profit, if you're going to use yung pinresent ko naman kanina, that's simply your revenue minus cost of sale. You get gross profit minus operating expenses. You have your operating profit or your net income. Alright. By the way, kasama din sa operating expenses mo yung depreciations and amortizations. Okay? Now, you start including your taxes. By the way, sometimes, ano din yan, no? Binabawas nila next yung interest expense kapag hindi nila sinasali sa OPEX. Kasi bago yung tax, babawas pa nila ulit yung interest expense. And then, that's your net profit or net income after interest but before taxes. Now, you can calculate or you get your income tax naman. Yun yung huli mong binabawas before you finally arrive with your net income or yung bottom line ng income statement mo. Diba? So, let's review. You start with the revenue. You have your cost of goods sold. Then, the difference is your gross profit. From the gross profit, you deduct your operating expenses. It's either you list down everything or you disaggregate on the notes. And then, you now get your operating income or operating loss. Siyempre, kung negative loss. Ngayon, yung in-inject ko kanina, sabi ko, minsan, ang tawag nila dito, net income before interest. Net income before interest and taxes. Ngayon, una nilang ibabawas si interest mo. They can deduct your interest expenses. Then, you get your net income before tax. Okay? NIBT. And of course, ang last na step natin ngayon before you have your bottom line or your double rule is your tax. So, kunin mo yung tax rate mo. Anong corporate tax natin ngayon? 30% regular. Of course, what is, depende kung anong applicable sa'yo as a company or as an individual. Diba? And of course, that's under your tax already. Tanungin natin si Sir Tax natin dyan, no? Now, of course, using the applicable tax rate, you now get your tax expense. And from your net income before tax, you deduct your tax. You now have your net income after tax or your net income per se, di ba? So, there. Meron pa ba? Yan. Ngayon, minsan, aside from your business or normal operation, sometimes you do other or incidental sales. Tama ba? Let us say I'm a grocery store. What am I selling in the ordinary course of business? I'm selling my grocery items. Di ba? Now, assuming, aside from selling my items, nagbenta ako ng machinery ko o kaya naman ng old ko na asset. Diba? That's part of, or that is incidental. Ngayon, there can be gain or loss on the sale of your other assets. Okay? Now, your gain or loss there, kapag subject yan ngayon sa regular income tax, kasi diba babalikan mo si tax, meron kasing tinatawag na subject to final tax. Pag naka-final tax yan, sa income statement mo, ayan, hindi kasali. But to us, di ba, identify mo ngayon. What are the possibilities na meron kang gains or losses or additional gains or losses? Yan kasi yung tawag natin dyan, di ba? Additional gains or losses. Kapag may additional gains or losses ka, tendency, your bottom line, ang tawag na natin dyan, your comprehensive income. Kasi dinadagdag mo tong other gains or losses. Let's have some examples of your other gains and losses. Those include your gain or loss from the sale or exchange of property used in the trade or business. Let's say you have a PPE, machinery, you use it in the production o kaya you use it on your warehouse. Hindi yun yung normal na binibenta mo in the normal course of business, but it's still incidental na during that period nagbenta ka nung PPE mo. So, kung may kita ka man or loss or gain or loss on the sale or disposition, that's part of your income statement. You have to include those items. What else? Certain involuntary conversion of property used in the trade or business. Disposition of your non-capital assets. So that's also possible. Pag nag-dispose ka ng other non-capital assets mo, depende of course if the selling price is greater than the book value or the fair value. Diba? What else? Disposition of capital asset. Yung capital asset mo, pwedeng yung fixed asset mo or other assets. Let's say you have your investments. Next, disposition of certain depreciable business property. Medyo similar yung mga terms natin, di ba? What else? Of course, pwede ring disposition of your land. Di ka naman nagbebenta ng land in the ordinary course of business, but merong property kasi yung business mo, which is a land ngayon, di ba? Ayan. Ang gagawin natin, binenta natin, di naman natin nagagamit. Yung napagbentahan mo, check mo. Is the fair value or the book value greater or less than the selling price? That's how you determine your gain or loss. And of course, what else? From your other securities and other commodities. Di ba? That will be part of your gains and losses. So because you have other gains and losses, what do you now call your bottom line? Tawag natin dyan, your comprehensive income. So instead of you ending up with only the income itself, okay, dagdag mo si other income or other comprehensive income.